All right, well, how's everyone doing today so far? Made it, woke up this morning, got to class. No, I'm excited because this is been kind of something I've been toying with over the past, this whole year really. So you get to learn the finalized version after many trial and errors of me running these different campaigns. The cool thing about these is these are all 100% organic, non-paid leads that we're getting. So none of this is going to be sponsoring or paying for it. So I'm just going to show you the thing that I'm using to help bring me leads every week. So does that sound good to you guys? Leads for free? You guys good with that? All right, so a couple quick stats. I actually was reading a book this morning. They went over the amount of people that search for homes using the internet. 97% of people are looking at homes online. So, do you think it would make sense to have some sort of presence online to be in front of 97% of the people that are actually wanting to buy homes right now? Absolutely. 56% of people, or all internet users, do it via mobile. So the importance of having mobile video is also important because over half the people that are consuming or looking for homes are doing it with a mobile device. And then finally, 96% of people prefer video over any other type of media on the internet. So, what do we learn from that? Internet's important if you're looking for clients, and video is important, and it's got to be done on your mobile. So I'm going to show you exactly when to post, how to post, and what to post. Who needs help with that? Because that's the biggest one. I think we all know we need to be on social media, right? The thing is, how do I get started? What do I post? Where do I go? So the cool thing about this is it's going to show you, we're going to give you a blueprint on literally posting something for an entire year if you need it. So I can show you how to set it up. This will be kind of a quick run through of what the class is going to look like today. So I'm going to talk to you about building that online community, number one, interacting and engaging with your audience on social media, how to do that, how to create informational videos that will answer the top questions that people are asking, planning the campaign, launching the campaign, and then we're going to get into some little video 101 and editing. It's a lot simpler than you might think. So let's get right into it. Building your online community. Who here is on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok? What else do we got? YouTube? Any other platforms anyone's on that? Twitter? All right. Anybody? Come on. What platforms are you guys on, for example? What's your most active one that you use?
I post to Instagram.
Instagram mostly?
To Facebook.
Okay.
I just started TikTok.
Okay.
I'm learning.
Got it.
My kids are teaching me.
Love it, love it.
Yeah.
Who here is a social media, like you take it in, but you don't comment or like or share a whole lot? Anybody guilty of that? I absolutely was. A lot of us as social media, we like to observe, we like to see what's going on, we scroll, we look, but rarely are we engaging and interacting, commenting, liking, sharing on other people's posts. In order for this to work correctly, you have to make sure you're intentionally going in every single day. I'd say at least 5 to 10 minutes a day, just going in, commenting on people's stuff that you like. That's going to help you show up in their feeds. Because if you're just consuming all of that content, the way the algorithm works, you're not going to be seen by those people that are doing the posts. They're going to see the stuff from the people that they're interacting with. So think about it like who's ever attended like a real estate conference or a networking event, those sort of things, right? Do you stand in the corner and just drink your cocktail and just watch everything that's happening, or do you go and talk and interact with people, right? Same idea with social. We're getting out there, we're getting involved with the people that are on our platforms. So the other thing is you want to build that platform. You want to be consistently adding new people that are going to see your feed every day. So followers, like on Instagram, it's a little different because you can follow people. They don't always follow you back, but there's a better chance if you follow someone that they're going to follow you back. So, and then Facebook, that's obviously just invites, as well as LinkedIn is invites. The only one where you can't do something like this is YouTube, because that's just open for the internet. But my recommendation, and this is actually something that I do every single day, is I'm adding 5 people minimum on all the platforms every single day. So where do you find these 5 people? Who here has past clients that you've helped buy or sell homes? Yeah? So that's a great place to start. So I would pull your past client list and just start adding all those guys to all your social media. Those are your past clients. Those are the people that you've worked with. They probably wrote a great review for you. You did a great job for them. Those are the people that you want to see because those are going to be the ones that are sharing your message. Referral partners. Who do you get referrals from? Alex, who sends you business?
AC companies,
air conditioning companies.
I actually do like a private Facebook group.
Okay.
That I add certain vendors into, and a lot of times I'm my only agent in that group, so.
You have to be out there, right? In order for people to find you, you have to get in front of them. In order to get in front of them, you have to add them to your social media databases. So start thinking and just start writing down lists of referral partners, past clients, whoever it might be that you want to see your stuff. That's who you need to be adding. So again, my recommendation is at least 5 per day. And then if you're truly stuck and you're not sure who to add, so like Facebook and Instagram, they'll give little recommendations sometimes. Like, we think you should follow this person. You can look at their job title. Think about lawyers, CPAs, people that deal with transaction where they might need someone to help, sell or buy a house. Those are the people that you want to get in front of. So just, even if you don't know them, just add them, send them a quick little message and say, hey, thanks for joining me on social media. I hope to provide valuable content for you. But it's all about interacting, because if you're not doing that consistently, this won't work as well as it can. Questions on any of that so far? We're all sold on adding people every single day to our social media platforms. All right, so I kind of went over this already. So again, social media is social. Get involved. Try to use something beyond, like on Facebook, the like is the most popular one. Try to use something like the care emoji, or the or the love, or the wow. Like, those extra little emojis are going to also get you up in that algorithm where more people are going to consistently see your stuff. So now is where we get into the nitty gritty. This is where I'm going to scare some people, because there's some hard work ahead of you, but I promise it's not as hard as you might think. It's in your head. So first off, let's think of some main topics. So I will need some participation on this here. So what are some main topics when it comes to, in your real estate business? For example, first-time home buyers, right? Anybody here help first-time home buyers? Awesome. So there's a topic if you want to write that one for me. So first-time home buyers, can you think of Heather, what would be a good question that a first-time home buyer might have?
Closing costs.
How much are closing costs? Okay, there's a question. What else? What other questions do first time? How much is the down payment?
Down payment assistance.
Is there down payment assistance?
What's my credit score need to be?
What does my credit score need to be? We got 4. We need 10. 10 common asked questions. What do we got?
What happens during the inspection?
What happens during an inspection period?
Can I walk away?
Can you walk away from a deal? Anything else?
When's the appraisal done?
When's the appraisal done?
Do you need money up front?
Do you need money up front?
What's earnest money?
What is earnest money, right? We all have we all deal with this every day, right? How long is the inspection period? So just try to think of the top 10 questions that a first-time home buyer might have. That is now 10 videos. So what you're going to do is you're going to create 10 videos answering those questions. They're going to be 1 minute or less, so very, very simple. So with the example of, let's just do closing costs. How much are closing costs for a first-time home buyer? So I would ask the question, and then on camera I would just say, first, closing costs are going to vary per price. You can plan on around 2% of the overall purchase price is what your closing costs are going to be. This is going to be required in addition to the down payment, and it is a negotiable item. Sometimes the seller can pay it. So something that you can just quickly answer, less than a minute. Anybody think they can do that? Pretty simple, right? It's super, super simple. Now what we're going to do is you're going to create 5 separate topics. So we had first-time home buyers. Next one could be selling your home. Anybody here like to sell houses? Yeah? So the top 10 questions that a potential seller might have when looking to sell their home. Same thing. Investors. Anybody here help investors buy investment properties? What are the top 10 questions that an investor might have, or maybe a first-time investor? So these, are interchangeable. So think about, the type of clients that you help, the people that, the questions that you get on a daily basis, and that's all we're going to do. So the goal is to create these 5 main topics, 10 most commonly asked questions for each one of those, and then you're going to answer that question in video format in 1 minute or less. So if my math is right, if we have 5 topics and 10 questions each, how many videos do you need to make? What's 5 times 10? Anybody? Anybody?
50.
50! Does that scare the shit out of anyone?
I was going to shout it.
To make 50 videos? Who thinks right now they can do 50 videos? There we go. Come on.
Making one.
We can get more hands. It is scary, but I promise you it's easy. So I can tell you personally, I chose 7 topics when I first did this. So I created 70 videos. The first time I did it, I didn't even really have good equipment. I had my iPhone on a tripod and I just filmed them, right? So I knocked them out. So, because again, if they're 1 minute or less, if you have 50 videos to get through, how long do you think it would take you to film that? I guarantee it'll be less than 2 hours even if you mess up. So block some time. So plan this out, figure out your 5 topics, your 10 questions per topic. Answer those questions. That's really simple stuff. We're just answering the question that we're asking on video, and then we're going to create those videos. So now we're going to have 50 videos ready to go. So that's how we get started. Now we need to plan the campaign. So with all things, we have to have a goal and a time frame. We'll just stick with our first-time homebuyer category for our first one, right? We're going to launch a campaign for first-time homebuyers. How many buyers would you like to help over the course of 6 weeks?
How many buyers?
Yeah, how many buyers would you ideally like to help over like the next 6 weeks?
I mean, at least one would be great.
At least one? There we go. How about 5? You think we could get 5 people that might be interested? So there we go. So this is an example. So let's say we wanted to help 5 first-time homebuyers. So that's the goal. We want to help 5. If we have 10 videos already created, we create 1 extra introduction video letting people know about the campaign, and then a wrap-up video. That's a total of 12 videos. If you're posting those videos 2 times per week on your social media platforms, how many weeks is it going to take to get to the end of that campaign? 6 weeks. So now with 1 topic, we have created 6 weeks of content that you've already created. So now we're just going to now we're going to take the videos that we've already made and pour gasoline on them and have some fun with it. So does this all make sense so far? You're going really fast. You guys have 0 questions. That's the plan. And this is something that I do. I actually did it today. I'm running a renovation loan campaign right now. I can show you exactly what it looks like, but I'll do that next.
Now, are you videoed? I know I've asked this 1,000 times, but you're videoing like all your 10 questions for her first-time home buyer. So you're asking all those questions and answering them all in one video, and then you're having it chopped up, yes?
So I've done it both ways. The very first time I did it, it was on my iPhone, and I had an Apple Watch, which can be a remote to your phone to turn the camera on and off. So all I did was I set up my phone on a tripod, I got in front of it, and then I would hit play, and I would say, how much are closing costs for a first-time home buyer? Well, here's what you can expect, and then answer that question, and then I would hit stop. So like I wasn't...
As long as you pause,
Right.
you're okay.
Yeah, but no, I just did it as one video. So like it was a video on my phone, I hit play, I hit stop. Once I answer the question, that's the video. So that's one way of doing it. You can do it individually like that. So you would have 50 separate clips. The second time around, I actually used our content room, which is available for anyone that wants to use it. We have got a phenomenal camera. We have a teleprompter. We've got all kinds of fancy stuff here if you guys want to use the good equipment. So the second time I did it, I just kept talking, right? So I had my 10 questions written down on a paper. I would ask the question, answer the question, pause for a couple seconds, and then go right on to the next one. Film kept rolling the whole time. And then what I did is I went into that video and just cut it up into 10 separate videos. So there's 2 trains of thought on that. It's totally up to you on kind of how you do that. If you've never dabbled in editing or haven't messed with that, don't worry, towards the end of the class, we'll talk about how that works. It's a lot easier than you think. So now we're going to talk about actually launching the campaign. So we know that it's going to take, so with the previous example, and you could do 3 videos a week. If you wanted to do 3 videos a week instead of 2 videos a week, like there's not a set in stone way to do it. This is just how I do it. I've found that it works really well just so I'm not bombarding people with information and asking for stuff all the time. I found that 2 times a week works perfect for me. I post them on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I do that consistently, and I'm always running some sort of a campaign. And again, if you've got 5 topics, if you times that by 12, what's the math on that? I mean, that's months. 60, huh?
So you mentioned under a minute. Are you finding that some videos that are shorter or longer than others are getting more views?
So it just depends. So for the informational videos themselves where we're asking the question, you don't, even though like, you know, there's a lot more that goes into closing costs, we could talk for hours about that. You just want to hit them with enough information where they're interested so that they are understanding the concept, and then the goal is for them to reach out. So you don't want to go into a ton of detail with these informational videos, like selling your home. Like how much does it cost to sell your home? What can you expect to sell it for? What are typical fees? Was it 6%? Yeah, kind of 6%. So that would be it. How much does it cost to sell your home? Roughly, it's about 6% of the, of the total price point. So again, just quick information. So don't be afraid if they're like 30 seconds or even 10 seconds, because the faster you can share that information, the more people are going to want more. So yeah, you want those videos fast.
So the reason you do campaigns is to get the interaction and get more people to kind of continue to want to see what the next one's going to be, or what the turnout is on the campaign, or why a campaign, I guess.
The main goal of a campaign is, so when you're posting videos, do you have a specific goal for how many people you want to reach out to you with your current videos that you're doing right now?
I just post.
No, and it's okay, right?
People are looking, but I have no idea what I'm doing.
Right. There's not a goal, right? So like, and same thing, like I'm guilty of this. I do it all the time. I post informational videos. I'm posting at least 2 videos a week on all major platforms, and I'm not asking for anything. I'm sharing information. I'm giving that stuff out. And that's awesome. You want to still do that. This is something different because this is now an ask. We are now asking our audience, our social people, to give us referrals, right?
So do you have a recommended, because I've had this told to me, of when you post them? Do you post them in the morning? Do you post them in the afternoon, midday? Like when, because that attracts people differently.
It absolutely does. So you do have to think about that as far as when you think people. So I typically post in the morning, or if I can't get to it first thing in the morning, it'll usually be right around like 4 o'clock or so, because you have to think about when people are consuming time on their phone, right? It's usually first thing in the morning, after work, before bed, or lunchtime, right? So lunchtime is also kind of a good one, just because there's going to be people that are going to be looking at it, but people get tired during lunch because they're eating and stuff. So morning or late afternoon is typically when I tend to post. That one ultimately will depend on your audience, especially the type of people that you're seeing on social media and how they consume that information. But great question. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of launching this campaign. So we have our videos. We have our 50 videos, let's say for, campaign number 1, let's just stick with first-time homebuyers. So we know we need to have a goal, going back to our previous one. So let's just say it's to help 5 first-time homebuyers. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna film yet another video, and you're gonna say, hey everyone, oh, and some quick tips on this. You never want to introduce yourself, because you're just killing time. Again, we have about less than 10 seconds to capture people's information. So you want to get that information out there really fast. So with the intro video, you're just going to be letting people know about the campaign that you're going to be doing. So be very upfront, be like, I'm going to be posting 2 videos a week or 3 videos a week, answering the most commonly asked questions that first-time homebuyers have. So the goal for all of this is to help 5 first-time homebuyers over the next 6 weeks. So I need your help. If you know anyone, if you're looking to be a first-time homebuyer, if you're a friend, your neighbor, your coworker, anyone that you think might benefit from being a first-time homebuyer, please send them my information. So we're asking. That's the biggest difference between an educational video or a fun video and these campaigns, because we're asking for something. Yeah.
Is it better to sit or stand when you're filming your videos?
I prefer to stand. The way I like to think about with video is how you interact with other individuals, right? Like typically when you're talking to someone, it's usually standing face to face, but if you prefer to sit, that's totally fine. So it's just, dealer's choice on that. So we're gonna film that intro video. We're gonna let people know what the goal is and when the end date is. So if we go looking at the previous example, we wanna help 5 first-time home buyers over the next 6 weeks. So that's the intro video. Now, here's where it gets easy. So now we're gonna post our weekly informational videos also with an introduction. So I can kind of give you an example. I'm running a renovation campaign right now. They happen, but in today's video, I want to show you how we can use the renovation loan to help get around that appraisal gap. So this is my intro. I'm still running this renovation campaign. At the end of this campaign, I'm going to be hosting a full-on workshop regarding the ins and outs of how the renovation loans work and how you can use them to, purchase distressed properties or for use for your clients. So be sure to check that out. But for now, be sure to check out this quick tip on how appraisal gaps work. I didn't even refilm because I don't care. See, nobody cares. And then it goes to the video that I previously made. So that's all it is, right? Sorry, shut up. So you're introducing your video that you've already made, right? So whatever the topic is for that video that you plan to post, you're introducing it, letting people know what it is, and then you're also reminding them of the campaign. And you can actually film all of these intro videos up front. If you want to just make 10 intro videos to each one of them and preload them so that they're ready to post, that's one way to do it. I like to have them live same day because I like to update people along the campaign. This one's a little bit different because I don't have a set goal. I'm just hosting a class and I want people to come to the class. So Next month, renovation campaign class. Just kidding. Shameless plug.
You do a different intro for each of
Correct.
the videos you do, because my question is going to be, how do they know they're watching a different video from the last one that you did?
Because you're going to let them know. So it'd be like, today's quick tip is going to be this. Be sure to watch out for it, and then remind them of the campaign and the goal. So for example, with our going back to our first-time homebuyer one, if we want to help 5 first-time homebuyers and you've already had one person reach out, you can share that. You can be like, great news, I already have one person who is, getting pre-qualified, who's out on the home search. I just need 4 more. Please send me your people, and then share the video. So it's kind of a journey, right? People get to share the journey with you. And I promise you this works. The very first campaign I did, I had a goal to help 10 first-time homebuyers, and I had 7 people reach out to get pre-qualified over 6 weeks. I mean, that's 7 people that I didn't have before. So, questions, Choki, did you have one?
I was just going to say, I love the fact that in your updates as you're going through the campaign, that you give that update. Like, I've been able to help 4 people so far. I think and you also give a shout out to whoever happened to refer them, which I think is huge. So it's kind of fun because you notice that people get the buy-in of the journey as well.
100%.
And I think inherently people want to naturally just help other people. Mm-hmm. So if they know a coworker or a friend or anybody that's thinking about it, it's like, oh my gosh, I just saw Braden. Like, and you have some questions, like, why didn't you call Braden? Like, so.
You'd be surprised. Like, if you're just asked for it, you would be shocked how many people will reach out to you. And then here's where it gets fun. This is where we get the audience. This is where you can get in front of hundreds, thousands of people. You've got to share it everywhere. For those of you that say, is anybody currently on every single one of these platforms? Nobody. Okay, that's okay. Why? I'm just genuinely curious why you don't use some of the other platforms. Anybody?
Because I thought TikTok was for 10-year-olds.
You thought TikTok was for 10-year-olds, okay? Anybody else?
MySpace.
MySpace? I didn't even know that was still a thing. They're still running MySpace?
I'm on WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, okay.
Snapchat?
Yeah, Snapchat's around. Absolutely. Let me ask you this. So if there's an audience and there are potential buyers or sellers on every single one of these platforms, why would you not be on all of them, right?
Well, don't you honestly think that you need to get it down before you just everywhere?
Why not? No. What's the worst that could happen? What happens if a 10-year-old sees your video, Brian?
See, so that's what I was gonna say, TikTok's not
See?
really like.
Doesn't matter.
I just whole guy on
Place
TikTok.
that I
Right?
get my business from.
They're not buying shit anyway, so we don't care. Think about it this simply. If I don't post it on one of those platforms, then for sure nobody's going to see it. But if I do, if one person sees it and they reach out to me, and even if they don't, that's still better than nothing, right? So that's my rationale behind it. Like, post on every single one. Honestly, and if you did just want to pick 1 or 2, I strongly recommend YouTube. So I have another class that I'm teaching on how to create a YouTube channel, so I'll get that out to you guys once it's available. But YouTube is the 2nd largest search engine on the internet, aside from Google. So when people are typing in questions, so for example, how much does it cost to sell a house in Arizona? If somebody types that in and you have a video that's already done on that and it's in YouTube, there is a chance that somebody could find that video. Again, no one here is going viral. We're not going to blow up and be massive influencers. Don't plan on that. It's not going to happen. Your likes, your shares, all of that stuff, those are vanity metrics. It does not matter. If 0 people like your video, that's not a failure. Look at the views. If 250 people watched it, that's 250 people that saw that you're doing something that wouldn't have seen it otherwise. So there is no downside to this. You're getting in front of more and more people. And so if you can get on every single one of these platforms, that's just more and more people, different type of people.
So I know Instagram, I've been told, is regional. It pushes it out from where you are outward. Yep. Do any of the other ones do that?
TikTok does as well. So TikTok is very regional. It'll, like if you're in Arizona, it'll show you other people in Arizona. I think Facebook has different geocache stuff. Like if you tag the location where you're at, anyone that's in that location could potentially stumble upon it.
I was going to say too, don't get hooked on the whole likes and the loves and so forth, because how many times have we had clients that did not like or love a story or a post and they have sent an instant message to say, hey, can you call me? And it's like, that they did not even love anything, the story or the post, and we got a deal.
Would you rather have 100 likes on your posts or 2 phone calls saying they want to buy or sell a house?
Yes.
Right? So that's it right there.
So so each video, you're going to post the exact same video on each one of them?
Correct. Yep. So for example, for today's video, it got pushed out to every single one of these platforms. And so it was one video that I made. It took, again, the informational video you're already going to have done. So you've already got half the work done. Now you're just doing the introduction and you're just posting it everywhere. So try out new platforms. Like I said, even if you're not super active on them, you never know who might find you and might be willing to find might willing to buy or sell a house with you.
Do you know if there's a service that pushes them out for you?
There are a few services. Hootsuite is one of them.
What's it called?
Hootsuite. Yeah, Hoot and then Suite, Suite. You can spend all kinds of money on social media. There's always someone willing to take your money to do it. I'm just showing you the organic ways, but again, on the last slide, I'll go into kind of how you can outsource and start to pay people for some of the things if that's what you want to do.
There are a couple of platforms like Facebook specifically prefer that you upload natively versus using a third-party site. Like they want your actual raw data, meaning the film.
Right.
So just kind of keep that in mind.
Facebook is a business. They want you to stay on Facebook as long as possible. So if you're posting a link to YouTube, they don't like that. They're not going to push that because it gets people off their platform. So you don't ever want links. You don't ever want to take people away from the platform. Ideally, you want to post it natively in the platform because that's when they're going to start pushing your stuff because they want people to stay where they're at. So it's Instagram, TikTok, whatever. They want you to go down that rabbit hole and just stay in on that app as long as possible. Who has a CRM or a database where they have clients that they email, right? So this is what was really surprising to me the first time I ran this campaign. These same videos that I created to post on social media, I also sent them out via email to my entire database. So past clients, referral partners, asking them for help to help me find buyers. The total amount of leads that I got for my first campaign, the first 4 of them came from email from my CRM database. So I didn't get anything from social out the gates. It all came from my existing database. And that was surprising to me. And so that's why I just kept doing it and why I made a specific mention of it here. So if you've got a CRM database, Vidyard can embed videos into the email and send it out. It's a subscription service. But I mean, honestly, even if it was just a video that you took with your phone and you just pushed it out, via email, people are still going to see it. And then finally, you want to post that wrap-up video. So when the campaign is done, after it's over, so let's say we've gone through our first-time homebuyer campaign, we had a goal to help 5 first-time homebuyers, and we got 0, right? Nobody called us. We didn't get any referrals. That's okay. Still share that information. Because what might happen is there could be people that maybe were thinking about sending you someone, but they're like, oh, someone else probably sent them someone, or they did it. And then when they see that they got nothing, they're going to feel bad, and then they're going to send it to you. Or nothing will happen, but that's okay. We still shared information. You got yourself out there. And then we do it all over again with a new topic. And you just keep doing this. This will give you, like I said, if we've got 5 topics, 12 videos each, you're posting 2 times a week, you've got content for the rest of the year. But it takes a little bit of work up front, but honestly, time block 2 hours for yourself to create it, and then this shouldn't take you any longer than 30 minutes a day, or the days that you're going to post. So everybody in so far? Makes sense? All right, now let's get into some video 101 and some editing. So question was asked earlier, should you stand or should you sit? Either way is fine. My recommendation is that you just have good lighting. You always want the light in front of your face. You don't want it behind you, like never stand in front of a window or anything like that because it's going to wash you out. You want good lighting on your face. You want clear audio. So if you have a microphone, great. If not, just make sure you're in a room that's not echoey or bouncing around. Like you want good audio. And then you want to be centered in that frame position. So another question I get is, should you be filming horizontally or vertically? Honestly, you can do either. If you are going to do horizontal, just make sure there's enough space on each side for when you do it, when it gets edited, that if it gets shortened, you're still within that center frame. So as long as you're in the center frame, you can post it horizontally, vertically. My first sets of videos that I did, they were all vertical, and then the second set that I did, they were all horizontal. Subtitles. Always, always, always use subtitles. 85% of Facebook users do not watch video with the sound on. Think about it. How many times do you guys watch videos without the sound on? I'm one of those 85%. I rarely turn the sound on. So I know I said have a good microphone. That's for the 15% right there. But you always want subtitles. Editing. What I use is Canva. Canva is free. There is a paid version of it, but they have ways you can edit that is absolutely free on there. I will do a quick run through on that. And then, has anyone ever heard of Fiverr? the service. So Fiverr's phenomenal. I know Chioki uses this one. You can get people to edit your videos for $5 or less. And if you've got 50 of them, you can make a deal with someone, be like, hey, I've got 50 videos that I need edited. How much is it going to charge me? I can almost guarantee it'll be less than $100. So if you don't want to mess with it, if you don't want to get into the editing space, which is me, I'm not an editor, I pay someone to do it. I also have someone that does it more full-time because of the amount of video that I do. So if you are looking for someone that you want to like pay on a monthly basis or something, I have a videographer that I'd be happy to refer to you guys. There we go. That's pretty much my class on how to launch campaigns.